Hello everyone, it's me, your Redstone friend. Now, originally recorded this following explanation video for Visco's channel. So Viscos did the intro, and yeah, I didn't really chip in for it, which means that it wasn't very well accommodated for me posting it on my channel. So I just thought I'd chip in here as opposed to recording two videos in total, because that's boring and painful. So hello everybody, I hope you enjoyed that fancy synthwave intro. Over to me and Viscos, I guess.
These are the current fastest, as far as I'm aware, 1x1, 2x2, and 3x3 flush trapdoors that I made with Void Redstone here.
Yeah.
I'll be linking his channel in the description. He did the bulk of these doors, and the wiring is really, really clean. So I would highly recommend checking out his channel. He has a bunch of other speed doors too.
Yeah.
If you're into speed doors, so.
I've been obsessing over these layouts for the past few days. They're super clean. Yeah, which should we show first? I guess one by one.
1x1, can start with that, yeah.
Okay, so normally what you need to do for a 1x1 non-seamless trapdoor is you need to have, well, there are two piston movements that are required. So you need pistons at the side here that push across, and then a piston that pushes up, and that allows you to push your block in line with the floor, which will be here. Then in another two piston movements, you can open it like that. But to make it faster, rather than using two piston movements, which will be 0.4 in total, we used two piston movements, one of which is a fold. And as you can see, it makes it super quick on the opening. In fact, it's 0.3, so it shaves off an extra 0.1, which is the fastest possible. You can't go faster than this.
Most of this was Void's work, so I'm just playing along.
Okay, the same happens for 2x2 as well. Exactly the same layout, just basically mirrored and extended a little bit. So that's 0.3 opening and 0.7 close as well. The 3x3 is really where stuff gets interesting, and this is what we've been working on for the past few days. So as you can see, when it closes, which it does so in about 1.4 seconds as far as we're concerned, it has to prime everything ready for the opening, which I don't think you're ready for. I'm never ready for it when I come to flicking the lever. It's 0.5 because, in a similar way to what I showed you earlier on, it needs three piston movements normally. So one that pulls the blocks down, and then two piston movements to retract it sideways out of the hallway. This does pretty much the same thing, but we've got one fold in replacement of one of the piston movements. So it saves an extra 0.1. And I could just about watch this thing all day. I think Viscos could probably agree. Actually, it's
it's quite nice to watch.
So majestic.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say now.
During the making of this, a lot of comparators you'll notice, and I think comparators are kind of an underrated thing if you don't do speed doors quite as much, because these things are really good for speed. You can reduce input delay by a lot, because for starters, you can turn on a comparator, right? But then also just as easily turn it off.
You can also make it so that things deactivate sooner than they activate, which is what we've done here on most of the circuits to retract the fold in time. So as you can see here, we've got a torch and a repeater going into these subtract comparator, whereas there's a ton of delay going into the back. And what this means is if you actually watch, it takes a really long time to activate, but it deactivates in only about 0.3. So yes, there is still a little bit of input delay, but it shaves off what would otherwise be quite a lot. Comparators are super useful and super underrated, so use them where you can in speed doors.
I don't see a lot of comparators and builds nowadays.
No. In fact, once targets get introduced, they'll be a whole lot better.
Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, because I didn't know this until someone at RSP told me, but targets will soon enough become solid on Bedrock Edition. And they change the redirection mechanics of targets specifically. So now, for all of you out there who've been wanting solid targets to work like Java Edition, they will in their upcoming updates.
Except they redirect a little bit weirdly, so
Oh yeah.
they react similarly to how pistons do, really. So if I put some redstone dust like this, then quite clearly it's going to be powering this block. I mean, redstone 101, right? But
Yeah,
if you
it's pointed into the block.
Yeah, but if you put a piston at the side, then all pistons are coded to do is activate when there is redstone next to them. They don't actually redirect the dust, they only do it on the client side visually. So as you can see, both of these pistons will actually activate. Super, super weird, super counterintuitive. But currently, targets do legitimately redirect the redstone, but in the update that makes them solid, they'll behave similarly to pistons in that sense, so you won't be able to use them in tight-knit redstone circuits. But there are plenty of other options, such as lecterns, for example, or even levers or tripwire hooks. Plenty of options.
Jukeboxes are ones where you can place stuff on them.
Yeah, I don't think there's much more to be said on this, really.
Yeah, no.
I will probably make a world download over on my channel if you want to get your hands on that. I know you don't tend to do world downloads because of unfortunate circumstances in the past, but that's fair enough.
I mean, people are always on the lookout for a world download from me.
Yeah, no, I'll probably do one on my channel if you want to get your hands on this and have a look at how the layout works yourself. I advise that you do, because it's really complicated and we can't really show the whole bulk of this thing in a mere recording that's 8 minutes long or whatever. So go and check that out if you're interested.
That's just about it for this video, I guess. Again, because I'm probably going to be uploading a video on this, go check out Void's channel.
Thank you.
And, yeah. This goes Film 24, and I'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.